Good morning, everyone. It is just before 11 a.m. on Saturday, March 16th. I am Blunt, or Mark, from Blunt House Technical Analysis, and today I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. And I'm going to do a price prediction video on Bitcoin. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what's going on right now is a little unnerving for me as a trader when you see price go parabolic like it has. And if you're, kind of from our Telegram group, you'll know that I use the T line when I'm trading, and I know that I've talked about it in these videos quite a bit. And I also incorporate the 5 EMA into that. This chart you've probably seen before if you watched any of my videos, because these blue horizontal lines have been here for a while. And I want to talk to you about what's on this chart before we get too far into it. This is a volume profile along the right-hand side of the chart here. This amber line that you see at the bottom is the point of control for the volume profile, and that's basically measuring where the most intense concentration of volume is. Secondarily, you'll see these volume shelves, right? That's what this is, a volume shelf, a volume shelf, a volume shelf. And I've placed these here to demonstrate visually where these benches of past price occur. Because what's happened on this chart with Bitcoin is that you had consolidation and then price just went parabolic. It jumps up the 5 in the north end of the T line and just walks right up. But instead of a trading retracement, what did we get? We got another sideways move along another volume shelf, and that's why it's important to see these visually, I think. And what happens again? Price just jumps right up the volume, just jumps right up the 5 in the T line, and then again goes sideways back to those levels. But you don't get, that 618 retracement that maybe you'd be looking for as a Fibonacci level. So that means where's your opportunity to get in? Along those lines of the 5 and the T line, in that neighborhood. Price does the same thing, does retrace, but where does it catch a bid? Right back at the 5. And you can see how price respects these levels. And you can also notice the more divergence between the 5 and the T line, it's an expression of market momentum. And you can see here the divergence increases and the move intensifies. But what do we know about T-line trading, or trading in period, is that price doesn't like to get too far away from specific levels. It's that horse that's too far away from the barn that just freaks out when it realizes it's a little too far away from home, and then the first thing it wants to do is go back there. And that's what's happening with price. But we can't always determine these things on a singular time frame. And that's why I believe in multi-time frame analysis. We have to look forward and we have to look backward so we don't get hit by something we didn't see coming. And what I'm going to do today is I want to flip forward to the weekly time frame. And we can see on the weekly, you'll see these lines here obviously have stayed. These are our daily levels. But you can see by this current candle here on the weekly that doji is very far away from the proverbial barn. It is far away from the 5 EMA, and it is far away from the T line. So what I would expect to happen here is that price retrace on this time frame, the weekly, back to the neighborhood of where the 5 EMA is. Now, currently, it sits at about 61,676. And, when this candle closes, time and price come together. Will the 5 EMA probably be at this level? Yeah, likely. But, this is just for our demonstration purposes now. So look for that level, 61,676. And then the T line is down here at roughly 57,542, in and around there. So because we know everything is fractal, we understand that it wouldn't matter if this was a weekly chart or a 15-minute chart. If this was a 15-minute chart, we would be expecting price to pull back to those levels within the next half an hour to an hour or two. But we're not looking at a 15-minute, we're looking at a weekly. So it will take a little bit of time, in theory, unless it's one big giant candle, to bring us back to this level. And if it doesn't hold, certainly look to the T line. But what does that look like on the daily? So let's add these levels so that we can exactly see where we're going. That's the weekly 5 EMA, and here's the weekly T line, roughly. We go back to our daily chart, and we're somewhere in this neighborhood here. Excuse me, somewhere between 62, 61.6, 62. Let's drop it down just a little bit. Something like that. And then the other one around 57 and change, which is basically where we are there. So basically I'm rubbing a crystal ball here based on the weekly chart, and I believe that price is running too hot as indicated by this candle, which is at the very least an expression of market indecision, if not a bearish candle. When you see candles like that at the top of bull runs, you have to start to look at other indicators such as maybe your stochastics and MACD. The stochastic RSI and the MACD in this case are fully diverged and open and trending higher, and I acknowledge that. And I'm not suggesting that this move, this bullish trend move, is over. All I'm suggesting is that price does take a little bit of a breather, retraces back to that, at the very least, 61.6-ish level. And if it doesn't hold that, then certainly look to the T line. And then, quite honestly, this whole move could continue from there. And then you take out this high and life goes on. Because you're going to have three choices, up, down, or sideways. So if and when price does retrace to these levels, it has to make that decision. And that's when you start to look at your other indicators, your MACD, your stochastic RSI, things like that, that will help you determine the expression of the market. And if they look extremely oversold in this pullback, but start to show signs that they want to move higher, well then, off you go. All right, so that's what I'm looking for on this Bitcoin chart on the daily. Here are the levels. And you can see there's a bit of a volume shelf here, so price will like to come back. Current price will revisit past in an uptrend and a downtrend. In the event of a downtrend, it's going to be looking for benches of past price to find support, and here's one right in here. And that would be the first place that I look coming out of this. Okay, so that kind of sums up this video for today. I would welcome anyone to join us in our Telegram chat if they want to learn more about how I read a chart, and I'd be happy to teach you. It's free to join our Telegram chat. We also have a long list of centralized exchanges that we are affiliate partners with. So there's any one of those that you can sign up, and that's all we ask that you do. If you're going to trade on one of our affiliate partners, and join us in our Telegram and Discord chat. Take care for now, and we will follow up this price action very soon. Have a good weekend.